Remember the days of float left, float right, and clearfix hacks just to get 3 columns working? CSS Grid changed everything. Let's see how simple it really is. First, you need a container element. Apply display grid to turn it into a grid container. This single property activates the entire CSS Grid layout system. Any direct children of this container automatically become grid items, ready to be positioned in your columns. Next comes grid template columns. This is where you define your 3 columns. You can use repeat 3, one fraction to create 3 equal width columns. The fraction unit divides available space proportionally. Or use fixed values like 300 pixels each. You can even mix units, like 200 pixels, one fraction for a fixed sidebar with flexible content areas. Don't forget spacing. The gap property adds space between your columns without affecting the outer margins. Set it to 20 pixels and all your columns get consistent gutters. You can also use grid gap in older browsers, but gap is the modern standard. What about alternatives? Flexbox can create 3 columns with flex 1 on each child, but it's less explicit about column counts. Float-based layouts are legacy code at this point. For responsive design, wrap your grid template columns in a media query. Drop to 1 column on mobile, 3 on desktop. CSS Grid makes 3-column layouts simple. Display grid on the container, grid template columns to define your columns, and gap for spacing. That's your answer. Practice this on Interview Mentor and nail your next CSS interview. Want to get better at answering questions like this? With Interview Mentor, you practice real interview questions out loud. You get personalized feedback and a grade on every answer, and you can track your improvement over time.